I wanted to quickly show you guys a couple of distinct features about the Javelot TAC that you might not notice just by seeing some pictures of it, because it is substantially different than our Odin series, even though it seems like a pretty similar concept. One of the biggest differences is the Picatinny rail mount itself. You can see right here that it is substantially smaller than the one that comes with the Odin series, which I'm a big fan of to see it more of a streamlined type of design for it. But the way you put it on is completely different as well. So what I'm going to show you here is basically I'm going to push in, and that is going to expand the section that I'm going to place onto this area right here on the Javelot TAC that looks pretty similar to what's on the Odin series as well. So I'm going to expand this. I'm going to put it on here, and then I'm going to wait for it to get in place. You see that click? And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to screw this down to where it anchors down onto that mount. Now there is no movement whatsoever. Literally, not even a sound. I mean, just, there's nothing there, all right? So I'm a really big fan of this mount because there's no jiggle like with our old mount that slid on, and also it's a much more streamlined look. Now the next thing I want to show you guys is the way that the pressure switch goes onto the tail cap of the Javelot TAC, because it's really cool. So the actual pressure switch itself is a very similar design to what you would see with the Odin series. It's got this lock-on ring right here, and it also has the dual switches, and then it has the adapter there for your rail in order to place this on the top of your rail. Now what I'm going to do is place it on the tail cap of the Javelot TAC, and then I'm going to press the ring down just like I would on a regular Odin series light. But what you notice here is that the actual pressure switch goes inside of the ring of the tail cap itself. So what this is doing is this part of the tail cap is actually shielding the locking mechanism of the pressure switch itself. So that way, instead of me grabbing the pressure switch when I go like this, I'm actually just sliding my hand across the tail cap, and then it goes over top of the pressure switch right there. So it's much harder to accidentally pull this off or pull this ring mechanism, because you have something actually protecting it, which is the tail cap itself. So those are just two things that I wanted to show you that you might not notice just by looking at a picture of this light, but are massive improvements to our other weapon-mounted light products for rifles.